What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com.
Here are my DFS picks for MLB Saturday, April 23rd.
These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button
And hit that bell icon
so you don't miss our new videos.
In this video, I'm going to go over my top DFS picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we got a 5-game slate tonight, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. So we do have Yu Darvish on the slate, pitching against his old team, the Los Angeles Dodgers. And actually, the Dodgers have only hit 16 of his last 80 pitches. That's a 200 batting average. But I think I might steer away from Yu Darvish. I don't know. It's a coin flip for me. He's $9,400 FanDuel salary, $800 more on DraftKings. He does look like he's got the most upside out of all the pitchers on the slate. He put up 51 fantasy points last game. In the game before that, he put up negative 16 fantasy points. So hard to know what you're going to get with Yu Darvish going up against a familiar team here. So I do like Yu Darvish, but I think I want to save some salary on this slate because I like Elieser Hernandez with an 18% pitching advantage over the Atlanta Braves, a low salary batting team, the Atlanta Braves. And Elieser Hernandez, now this is kind of a scary pick here because he does pitch well versus righty batters, only giving up a .601 OPS versus righties. And he's facing 6 righties here tonight, but he does not pitch well versus lefties or switch hitters, facing 2 lefties and 1 switch hitter. So he's got to avoid those lefties and switch hitters, see if he can get out of this one without giving up too much to those guys. Now, the Braves have only hit 10 of his last 43 pitches. That's a .233 batting average. And I just like this pick because if I'm going to roll the dice on a low salary pitcher, I want a guy going up against a low salary batting team with good splits. And Elieser Hernandez is only $7,700 FanDuel salary and 100 more on DraftKings. He averaged 23 fantasy points per game on the season last year, had an ERA of 4.18, record was 1-3 on the season, pitching an average of 74 pitches per game. So if you want to go with the stud, Yu Darvish, totally understand. But if you want to roll the dice here, I like Elieser Hernandez here versus the Atlanta Braves. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. I like Ty France with a 5% batting advantage over Kris Bubic. Ty France bats 4% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .834 OPS versus lefties. And Kris Bubic is giving up a .780 OPS versus righties. Ty France is 3 for 5, batting 600 batting average and a 1.467 OPS versus Bubic. He's $3,800 FanDuel salary, 1,000 more on DraftKings, averaged 10 fantasy points per game on the season last year, has a batting average of .291. So I like Ty France here versus Kris Bubic. Okay guys, it's time to announce the winner of our $25 weekly PayPal giveaway. And the winner is Alco. Alco, congratulations. You are the winner of this week's $25 PayPal giveaway. Please reply to our comment to collect your prize.
Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching.
If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal,
All you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won.
And we'll send you $25 PayPal.
So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you.
I also like Max Stasi with a 47% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Spencer Watkins. Max Stasi is batting 16% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .788 OPS versus righties, and Spencer Watkins throwing 31% worse to righties as he does lefties, giving up a 1.090 OPS versus righties. Max Stasi is 1-for-1 versus Watkins, and he's $3,200 FanDuel salary, $1,800 more on DraftKings, averaged 8 fantasy points per game on the season last year, and he has a batting average of .241. So I like Max Stasi here versus Spencer Watkins. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. I like Jeff McNeil with a 33% batting advantage over Humberto Castellanos, the low salary pitcher Humberto Castellanos. And Jeff McNeil, he bats 7% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .698 OPS versus righties. Humberto Castellanos, he pitches his worst ball versus lefty batters, 26% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .919 OPS versus lefties. Now, Jeff McNeil is 0-for-1 versus Castellanos, but I like the splits here, and he's $3,400 FanDuel salary, $1,300 more on DraftKings, averaged 7 fantasy points per game on the season last year, and he has a batting average of .251. So I like Jeff McNeil here versus Humberto Castellanos. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. So you're going to see throughout this video, we got a nice little righty batter stack going versus Spencer Watkins. So I like Taylor Ward with a 14% batting advantage over that low salary pitcher, Spencer Watkins. Taylor Ward batting a .702 OPS versus righties. Spencer Watkins giving up a 1.090 OPS versus righties. Now, Taylor Ward is 0-for-1 versus Watkins, but he's only $2,600 FanDuel salary, $1,600 more on DraftKings, averaged 9 fantasy points per game on the season last year, has a batting average of .250. So I like Taylor Ward here versus Spencer Watkins. I also like Anthony Rendon with a 44% batting advantage over that same low salary pitcher, Spencer Watkins. Anthony Rendon is batting 13% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .739 OPS versus righties. And Spencer Watkins, we know, pitches 31% worse to righties as he does lefties. So we're going to attack these righty batters versus Spencer Watkins, giving up a 1.090 OPS versus righties. There's no at-bats versus Watkins yet. And Anthony Rendon is $3,200 FanDuel salary, $1,800 more on DraftKings, averaged 9 fantasy points per game on the season last year, has a batting average of .240. So I like Anthony Rendon here versus Spencer Watkins.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, who do we have at the shortstop position? I like J.P. Crawford batting against Chris Bubic. J.P. Crawford batting a .693 OPS versus lefties. Chris Bubic giving up a .776 OPS versus lefties. So nothing crazy with the splits here. But J.P. Crawford is 2 for 5, batting .400 with a 1.1 OPS versus Bubic, and he's only $2,800 FanDuel salary, $1,700 more on DraftKings. He averaged 9 fantasy points per game on the season last year, has a batting average of .273. So I like J.P. Crawford here versus Chris Bubic. Okay, moving on to the outfield position. Here's a stud pick here to cap off your stack versus Spencer Watkins. Take a look at Mike Trout with a 68% batting advantage over the low salary pitcher Spencer Watkins. Mike Trout batting 37% better versus righty pitchers, batting a 1.210 OPS versus righties. Spencer Watkins, we know, giving up a 1.090 OPS versus righties. There's no at-bats versus Watkins yet, but Mike Trout is my home run hit pick of the night. He's $4,400 FanDuel salary, $1,600 more on DraftKings, averaged 13 fantasy points per game on the season last year. He has a batting average of .333. So I like Mike Trout here versus Spencer Watkins. Now here's a value play, good value play on both sites. Take a look at Eddie Rosario with a 58% batting advantage over Alicia Hernandez. He's one of those lefty batters we talked about that Alicia Hernandez has to avoid to have a good game here tonight. Eddie Rosario is batting 20% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .800 OPS versus righties, and Alicia Hernandez pitches 39% worse to lefties as he does righties, giving up a .985 OPS versus lefties. And I like this pick because Eddie Rosario is only $2,200 FanDuel salary, only $300 more on DraftKings, so I love that price on both sites. Averaged 9 fantasy points per game on the season last year, and has a batting average of .259. So I think he makes a fantastic value play here tonight. So I like Eddie Rosario here versus Alicia Hernandez.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this MLB slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.